You ever see a guy score a tough shot in basketball or a ridiculous goal in soccer or an incredible touchdown in football and not celebrate at all? And it's just so cold. It's like he's just so accustomed to it. It's normal to him to do something so ridiculous and but so incredible. And on the other hand, have you ever noticed a guy score and celebrate way too much as if this has never happened to him? It's a foreign concept. Let's think about it in a different context. You ever see a guy effortlessly bag an attractive woman, act as if it is normal to him, as if this is something that reoccurringly happens. This is something he's acquainted with. It's not something foreign. While on the other hand, I see a guy who will take any little bit of interest that the girl might have shown and get super excited and just throw himself at that woman as if he's never bagged a woman before. You get the idea. One guy is a winner while the other guy is a loser. The winner is used to winning, so when a win happens, he doesn't get fazed by it. It's a normal thing to him. It's not foreign. He has a winner's mindset. While the loser, on the other hand, he's not used to winning. He's used to losing, right? A lot of things don't go his way. And so when it finally does go his way, he gets super excited. And we all know winners, everyone wants to be a winner. Winners are more confident. Their lives look better. They have a more vibrant aura. So the question is, how do we cultivate this sort of mindset to always be in this sort of winner's attitude rather than be on the other side of the spectrum, on the loser's attitude, and just constantly losing and not getting so excited and not letting defeat really bring us down. We want to maintain this mindset even in the face of defeat. It all comes down to one thing: remove all attachment to outcome. What does this mean? Do things for the sake of doing them and not for doing them because you want some end goal in the end. Don't go to the gym because you want to lift the heaviest weight. Don't play a game because you want to win. Don't try to talk to a girl just to get her number or try to sleep with her. Do them for the sake of doing them. Do them for the pure action simply because you enjoy doing them. You understand the concept of it's about the journey, not the destination. And so you'll cultivate this winner's mindset, and you'll also be just overall more happy and more joyful, and therefore even attract more of whatever it is that you want: women, money, status. Remove all attachment from outcome. Do not attach your ego, pride, or any emotional investment into any outcomes like social interactions, relationships, sports, finances, and any other situation where you want to compete. And you might be asking, why the fuck not? Like, why would I not want to be competing, right? It's very masculine to be in like a competitive state of mind, and it makes you like want to work harder, right? But the answer is very simple. It's because at some point you are guaranteed to fail. There will be times where your team loses. There will be times where women just won't put out. There will be times where you're just not even you're unable to go to the gym. You're unable to lift. You're unable to put up that weight. And so if you know that this is going to eventually happen, when it does happen and you fail and lose, you end up taking a hit onto your ego and pride. To really take this in and absorb it is, with time and the more experience you have, you start realizing that losses or failures don't mean shit. Like, they don't do anything to you really. Like, in your head you might think of like, oh, I don't want to lose, I don't want to fail, I don't want to get rejected. But everybody who's been on this like sort of pathway understands a necessary step. Instead of thinking about it as wins and losses, think about it as data and feedback. And it's a completely, you start seeing the whole game of life completely different, because life is a game, but there's no wins and losses. There's no end. Like, when life ends, you're just dead. And so like, that's what this idea of winning and losing, you end up putting too much pressure on yourself. You end up not taking enough action, you don't pursue enough things that you want to pursue simply because you're scared of losing, or you have a fear of rejection, or whatever it may be, and you're putting yourself in a bad situation. And over time you'll naturally learn this as like wins and losses don't mean nothing, and literally the best thing you can do is just take action regardless of how you feel, regardless of the outcome. It's just take action and pride yourself on the act of putting in effort towards winning, not the actual outcome of the win itself. Like I said, it's your action that matters, not the outcome of the action. It's a very important distinction. Think about every time you have a goal, the goal is the output. What are the inputs? If you can just focus on the inputs, and as long as you're doing the inputs, that's what you should consider a win, not once you get the outcome. And that's the same exact thing. The inputs are the journey, the outcome is the destination. Focus on enjoying the journey, because the destination is it's the last 1%. The 99% of the whole pathway is the journey. So why would you not set yourself up to enjoy the journey? But small goals to the point where you'll know you're accomplish them. Why? Because it creates a feedback loop, like a positive feedback loop. Make it so simple and easy that you're like, it would be impossible almost for you not to achieve it. And then once you achieve it, in your brain, it, like in your subconscious mind, it was like, I set a goal and I achieved it. It's a positive feedback loop. And so the next time you're a little bit more confident, you have a little bit more trust within yourself, you have a little bit more credibility. And so then it becomes easier and easier as you cultivate this winner's mindset, as you keep taking action towards your goals and your desires, and you start accomplishing things. It's like a self-fulfilling feedback loop where it's like, when you win once, you understand the process of winning, the process of becoming successful. It's literally a cheat code to life. If you just keep winning, it feeds into your confidence, the confidence feeds into your wins, and then you just end up getting more and more confidence, and then bigger and bigger wins until you're dead, or whatever you want to say, right? So you are actually taking these actions consistently, you're already winning. You are logically and emotionally unassailable because you're achieving the task and competition that you've internally defined. You've developed thick skin rather than a fragile ego. Action is more important than anything, and having this winner's mindset based on taking action, based on the inputs rather than the outcomes. If you can just understand what I'm talking about in this video and you can cultivate this sort of mindset, in the end, you're going to win, you're going to be successful, you're going to be free.